Now, I'll be honest, I never played the original Resident Evil games. I did play 2, the remake. But other than that, my first experience with these style games was Evil Within. I played Evil Within, and I was like, damn, this game is pretty good. But after playing this game here, after playing Resident Evil 2 Remake, I can say, these games are kind of shitting on Evil Within, looking back. But I thought this game was great. I'll start with what people didn't tell me. When I first started the game, controls were a bit stiff. I was like, damn. And the game was a little harder than I saw anyone talk about. I was like, okay. But as you do play through the game, the controls just become second nature. You know, you don't realize, you're not thinking controls are stiff. You get used to it. Eventually, it's just part of the gameplay. And speaking of the gameplay is great. Like I said, it's a bit difficult, but it's not difficult throughout. It has a few difficulty spikes, which 1 or 2 times would be frustrating, but more so than not, I enjoyed the challenge. I like the challenge. But what I like about the game is you always feel powerful. Like, you always feel the guns are impactful. You feel like you can handle situations well. You feel like the super soldier you're supposed to be. I say that. The story here was a bit, I was paying attention to it, and overall the story was just, wasn't bad, wasn't good for me. It sufficed. It gave context to what I was doing in the game, but other than that, it wasn't really anything more so. And although the story wasn't necessarily the greatest, I liked the cheesiness, the over-the-topness, the campness of Leon, the tone, everything like that. The visuals are nice, especially at the start of the game. There was a few times where I'd stop, look around and be like, damn, this looks alright. This doesn't look too bad. When I was maybe about 3-4 hours into it, I was like, man, recently, I've been enjoying short games, 6-8 hours, get me in and out. 100 hours is a bit too daunting right now, I got a lot going on. But this game here, I was like, I don't want this to end, I'm enjoying it so much. Now, when I got to the 10 hour so mark, I was like, okay, you can wrap it up now, Not that it overstayed its welcome too much or anything like that. It was just, I've had my fill kind of situation. But like I was saying, the gameplay carried it through. I was always getting new weapons, new unlocks, seeing new scenery. Now, I know some people didn't like Ashley and she'd constantly get grabbed and she's not shooting back or anything like that, but I'll say a bit of a hot take. I liked that Ashley was in here because it added that extra dimension, that extra layer to the gameplay where it's like, I can't just be shooting, trying to survive. I also got to balance the fact that they're capturing Ashley, added a unique aspect that's not in other games, so I enjoyed that. And there's a few times where they'd grab Ashley, I'd try fight back, and I'd shoot Ashley straight in the head, and then she just died. I'm like, yo, what? Because I thought, she'd be invincible from me, but no, you gotta carefully place your shot, otherwise you'll take her out clean. There's really not anything too much to say other than the game was good. I enjoyed basically every aspect, the visuals, the graphics, the upgrades. Puzzles were hit or miss. I'm not the biggest puzzle guy, but other than that, the scenery, environments, I didn't have any complaints. This is one of those games I feel like ruins everything else that precedes it. Same as The Last of Us 2, where you get a game that's so good, everything else you play becomes trash. I'm not looking forward to these next few games that come out because they're just not gonna hit the same. And, I can't say too much on the whole fact that this is a remake of what people thought already was one of the greatest games of all times. And be like, yo, the best game this year is a remake. When are the new great games coming? Because obviously, this is a new experience to me. I never did play the original, but that still is a bit of something to say that the best game releasing this year will most likely be a remake. When it comes to a score, I'm not really the 10 out of 10 kind of guy, but I don't think I could say too much that was wrong with this. Like I was saying, everything feels impactful with the guns. Like, everything was just satisfying. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And with that being said, I think I just have to straight up say 10 out of 10. Great game. Love it to death.